this is Donald Trump's first major misstep in his second term. It's an issue he just doesn't really care about, let's be honest. He's focused on issues he sees as far more significant, but the base cares about this. This speaks to so many areas that energises the base. The fact that you've got this elite cabal of evildoers who are getting away with these hideous acts. I mean, the whole history of Jeffrey Epstein, how he came from nowhere, no wealth, no prominence, to be enormously wealthy and influential. No one can explain that to this day, how that actually happened, how this guy went from, some lowly job to having private planes. He was a maths teacher at school. Yeah, and having an island and having the biggest house in Manhattan, whatever it is, and having these powerful people who travelled on his Lolita Express. And it undermines trust in the Justice Department, in the FBI. You think we've finally got in and tried to drain the swamp, but the swamp is there and it's holding strong. I think a lot of evidence has been destroyed. They had plenty of time to destroy evidence, but whatever is there needs to be released. There's a crisis now where we've got reports of Dan Bongino and perhaps even Kash Patel, the FBI director, saying we're going to step down if the Attorney General Pam Bondi doesn't. So this is something that Trump can't ignore. He may want to focus on what he sees as bigger things, but this is not going to be forgotten. This is the number one trending thing on social media. It has been for the whole week.
Remember, Rita, that the Trump re-election, or return to power, was in no small part based on promises that there would be action on this. And Kash Patel in 2023 and Dan Bongino and all of these other people were out there on podcasts saying, we know there's a list, we know there's that, and when we come back to power and when Trump gets back in, it's all going to come out. And now Kash Patel is out there. Just a little while ago, he tweeted basically along the lines of, there's no list, there's nothing to see here, just move on. We had that bizarre performance of Trump in the cabinet meeting the other day where he said, Epstein, they're still talking about this guy? What are you talking about? And,
Trump never really talked a great deal about it.
He never talked about it.
He doesn't care that much about it, but the base does, and like you mentioned, the likes of Kash Patel and Bongino.
And then they had that, thing several months ago where those, Twitter people and blog people, came in and they gave them these
Pam Bondi,
bogus binders.
Yeah, that was
Pam Bondi.
weird.
Pam Bondi has lost complete control of this situation now. And now for her to say, the reason why we haven't released it is because it's all child exploitation material. We don't want to release that because it's that. It's like, well, it doesn't really, it doesn't fit. What we're saying here, what we're being asked to believe here is that Epstein killed himself, or did kill himself, they're now saying, over being charged in this sex ring that doesn't exist, and his girlfriend is still in prison again over this sex ring, the trafficking that didn't exist. And of course, Ghislaine Maxwell, of course, is the daughter of Robert Maxwell, who also mysteriously died under his own weird circumstances.
And we know Jeffrey Epstein had cameras throughout his property. There was just mountains of evidence that was there. So these tapes captured nothing. These powerful men who came into his orbit, who went to the island, who were in his Manhattan property, there's nothing about them. I mean, come on. It's not you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to look at this and say it stinks.
The thing is, it's like, if there's nothing there, show us the evidence that there's nothing there. Don't just say there's nothing there.
Or because say at this point, no one
is going to, at this point, no one believes authority on this anymore.
Or own up to the fact that the evidence was systematically destroyed.
By the Biden administration, fine. Yeah.
And I think we also have suspicions, obviously, of just who was handling Jeffrey Epstein. The fact that he had these passports from multiple different countries, you wonder whether the CIA had any involvement in using him to monitor powerful people. Well, could that be?
It's going to keep conspiracy theorists going. Conspiracy theorists are going to be going for a long, long time on this.